welcome Vivian Ruiz. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
So good. Well, so I'm super excited to talk to you because your journey is something that like a lot of other people have not gone on. So I'm really excited to get your feedback and all of your tips. So let's share your story. Where were you at before you found me? Like what was going on in your life? What were some of the struggles that you had and the difficulties?
Okay. I was teaching kindergarten in public school, and I've been teaching for 34 years.
Hmm.
And I love teaching. Always have loved it. Always wanted to be a teacher my entire life. That's the only thing I ever wanted to be.
Yeah.
But it was just getting all the data and testing and all the things that they were expecting 5-year-olds to be able to do, which was totally not developmentally appropriate.
Yeah.
And then also watching like kindergarten smorgasbord and things like that and going, oh, I used to do that. I used to be able to teach like that. I want to do that again.
Wow.
So, but my last year I injured my knee and I was teaching and I had a very difficult student. And what really was kind of the catalyst was I had a little girl who was struggling, but because of everything else going on in the class, I couldn't give her the time that she needed. And I was talking to parents at a conference and I literally cried. I was like, I am so sorry that I could not do for her what she needed to have done.
Wow.
And I felt really bad about that. So I was kind of like, I need to be able to teach. I need to be able to, it's not serving my purpose. This is not why I'm teaching. So I really want to be able to teach my kids. So, and like I said, I've always wanted to have my own school. Since I graduated, I always wanted my own school. I literally would like drive around and be like, that place would be a great place for a school. Yeah. Ooh, that would be a great place for a school.
Yeah.
So, and I found your, one of your ads. I'd seen it before, but then I saw your ad. It was probably about 2 weeks before the April launch in 2021. And so I got your book. And I started reading it, and then the launch happened, and I was like, yes, I have to do this. I was talking to my sons, and I was like, I don't want to go back to school. I want to do this. I want to have my own school. Yeah. And, I wish I had found you when they were younger, because one of the best things about it right now is being able to, they're adults actually, but being able to spend time with them and talk to them. We were driving back from the preschool the other day, and I was like, the best thing about this is I get to talk with you guys. And spend time with you guys, because I didn't get to do it. I'm a single mom, so I didn't get to do it as much when they were little, and they weren't in daycare. My mom did take care of them, which was a benefit, but I really wish I had been able to do this then.
Yeah. How old are they?
They are 23 and 25. So
are they helping out in the preschool?
They are. My youngest son is my assistant teacher.
Nice.
And then my older son is an aide, and he helps with all the moving back and forth and all of that.
That is awesome. I love that. Okay. So now this is also why I wanted to share your story, because not everybody has a story that's just like an immediate, like, I jumped in, I did the book, I did the challenge, I got all these students, I signed, I started my preschool in a month from then. Like, not everybody's got that story. Everybody's story is different. And I love to share stories that are not just like instant successes, because many people don't have just instant success in this, like, because there's your own life that's going on, right? So you came in April 2021, and then tell us what's happened over the last couple of years. Walk us through your journey.
Yeah, so I came in April 2021, and I was still working in the school district. So I finished that year. I started the next year. And my plan had always been to 2022 in the fall to start. So I went through my last year. I retired. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't do anymore. And it's just crazy. So, and then
let's pause for 1 second before we get to fall 2022. When did you join Preschool AllStars?
I joined Preschool AllStars that April 2021.
April 2021. Okay. So some people think, well, I'm not starting a preschool right now. Like you still had another year you were going to give the district. So, why did you stay in Preschool AllStars for a year then, if you weren't starting your preschool immediately? Like what made you want to be in Preschool AllStars during that time?
I wanted all that information and the resources to kind of like plan. So I would have everything together when it was time to start. So yeah, and all the mentorship in Preschool AllStars is amazing, and all the sisters are amazing. So just being able to see how everyone else was doing and get questions answered, and really work on setting up the preschool and the business before I got started was the reason I stayed.
I love that. And we're so glad you did, because we love seeing your journey. Okay, so now fall 2022, you were done with the district, and now you were starting to go ahead.
Yeah, so I was starting to look for a place because I didn't want to do it in my home. We're in a condo. It's small, it's close, and
Sure.
everything. So I was looking at churches. Where I am, churches are very wary of renting to preschools. But I found one church that would rent. To me, it was a beautiful area, but then they didn't fit the fire safety codes, and it would have been a lot to try to fix it. So then September came and we ended up not starting because we didn't have a place. And I was continuing to look for a place. And then in November, I decided I was going to start talking to other places besides churches, to see if I could find someone who would partner with me and give me an opportunity to use the space. So I connected with a kids indoor playground. And so we use her party rooms during the week. She only does parties on the weekend, so we use her party rooms during the week. And so we decided we were going to start in January.
Okay, let's pause right there, because I think you just glossed over that like so quickly. Like, we're using the party rooms at this indoor play center. Like, who would have ever thought to use the party rooms at an indoor play center? I never would have, and clearly I'd never told you that. And so like, props to you for going outside the box and saying, okay, the places in my area, those aren't typically what other people are finding success with. So like, if it's not working for me, I'm just going to go find another solution. So like, this is why I love Vivian, because like, you just found a different path and you're like, let's go try this one out. So when you partnered with her, I mean, is it okay to like share how much you pay her per month? You don't have to share if it's kind of like one of those weird things. But it's just an interesting thing. Like, I've never pondered renting out rooms before, Yeah,
we pay $600 a month.
Amazing. Okay. And so is it like one room, two rooms? Like, how many
2 rooms.
Do you have in each room?
It's 2 rooms, and we're kind of portable. So we set up on Monday mornings.
Okay.
And then we break down Thursday afternoon, because we're only Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
And then she has the party rooms for the weekend. And then next week we set up again. So
yeah. So you bring in like she's already got chairs and tables. You don't need to bring those. Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
We keep all of our stuff in a storage room. And like, so we have like all the toys and all that stuff we set up. And we use the 2 rooms. And we do it kind of differently, because we use one room as kind of like the whole group room where we do circle time and all of that. And then the second room we call the discovery room, which is where all the hands-on things are. So they go from one room together. And then that way we can kind of split groups if we need to.
Yeah.
Or I can work with individual kids if I need to while they're in the discovery room. And then they also get to use the playground to play. So.
Yeah. Nice. So there you go. There's your gross motor. So how many kiddos do you have in a class? Or how many kiddos can you have in a class?
I can have 12
per
class. Yeah. Right now I have 4, which I'm okay with, because 4 3-year-olds is new. So getting to know, the how to work with the 3-year-olds. And then hopefully when we go into summer, we'll have more for the summer camps.
What this is reminding me of a little bit is, have you ever gone into the STEM bus? Like, there's sometimes you go to like a STEM fair or something, and there's like this bus that's got like the really cool STEM random whatever. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that, like how you're just kind of like, because I'm picturing kind of like a longer rectangular room, right? For a party room, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've just got like all these things that you've set up around the room. Love that. Okay. So thank you for clarifying, because now I can picture it, right? Okay, so everybody's, you got the 2 rooms plus, of course, the play area. Now, here's another thing that I'm really excited to talk about, because you did something unique. and you did a free trial day where like typically like in my preschool, I would never have done a free trial day. But you're like, I'm just going to keep trying new things. I just love that. Testing new things. I love that about you. Okay. So talk us through the concept of a trial day. Like, how do you promote it? What does it look like? How do you sell them at the end?
Okay. So we have, we do it as a free class.
Okay.
So we have our preschool inside, and then they have the playground. So there's other people that come in to use the playground that may not be part of our preschool. So my aide, my older son, gives out flyers, and he talks about the preschool to the people who are not part of our preschool.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then so we get them to sign up for a free class.
Yeah.
So basically they come in and they sign up, and then they watch our class. So their kid participates in the class for the day. The parent can watch and see what we do, see how we interact with them. And then at the end of class, we ask, okay, did you enjoy the class? What did you think of it? Would you like to enroll your child?
That's amazing. So because typically when you take your kid to a play place, the parents are always with the kid because it's, you know, parents sometimes sit off, maybe do work, or they drink their coffee, or they just sit there and chat with each other. But the kids are going to play. So I'm totally visualizing this. Okay. Your person that you partnered with, or whatever, the person that owns the play place, she's totally cool with your son passing out flyers to the people who come into her establishment. Totally cool with that.
Yeah, definitely. She has us on her website also. So we're on her website as a class. So.
Okay. Love that. Okay. And so then they can just, now here's a question. So they're there right there at that moment, but they have to sign up for that. You know, you don't call it a trial. You call it a free class.
A free class.
Okay. Important distinction of words. Everybody just pay attention to that. Okay. So you call it the free class. And then here's a question for you though. Could they technically do the free class at that moment, or does it have to be in the future based on how you're currently doing it? But have you ever thought about having them doing it in the moment?
We usually, we start at 10 and they open at 9:30. So if we get them before 10, they could actually participate in the class that day. But otherwise we usually do it on Thursdays. So it's always that same day. Cool. So.
Okay. That sounds good. Cause I was thinking they're already there, you know, and it's just like, you're already here. Just come on over here. And I said, how many people, because I had asked you this earlier, I said, what's the percentage of conversion? Like, I know that you have 4 students right now, but like when you did free trials, what was your conversion rate? And what was your conversion rate? Did you say? Was it like 3 out of 4?
The most we had at a time was 3, and 2 of the 3 would sign up.
2 out of the 3. So come on, 66%. That's a killer offer. So that is really good. So keep that up. That's amazing. So what are your thoughts for the future? You know, like what do you envision for this program becoming? Do you envision it, you know, kind of staying smaller while you navigate this, or, you know, sometime in the future filling up? What are your thoughts?
I definitely want to get full at some point. We're kind of hoping to be full for this summer. Yeah. So we're doing 8 weeks of summer camp. So we're hoping that we get full for that. And then we can get some of those kids to convert over to the fall. Yeah. But yeah, we do want to be full, but just for like right now we started in January. So it's kind of like I had been out of school for 6 months, 8 months, whatever. And so I was like, okay, let me try first. Let me make sure that I can, you know, handle because they cry more and the separation is harder. So I just, you know, not things that I'm not used to with kindergartners because they do the same thing. But
I know 3-year-olds are so different.
Right. So, but yeah, so it takes a little longer to help them calm down and that kind of thing. So it's just like, let me get my feet wet again with the 3-year-olds before I really get full. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Are there any other child-oriented businesses in the area around that space? Like even within like a 5-minute drive, like karate studios, taekwondo, dance, you know, stuff like that. Is there any other extracurricular type of activities right around the area?
Yeah, where we are, there's not. It's just us in the playground. But yeah, so.
Okay, not even like 5-minute driving, you think?
There's like a karate, like a kicks karate, and there's a gymnastics studio. Not too far from us, but yeah.
Have you talked to them to see if you could put your flyers in their program or partner with them with referrals?
I have not, but that is a
So
step.
I did for you.
Yeah.
I did
Yes.
for you with this is that, I mean, they have your clientele. They do,
Right.
right? So just like people will pay to go to the play space, they will also pay to go put their kid in karate, dance, all those other
Right.
things. And so always go like you did, go where the people are, right? You did
Right.
exactly what you should have done. What you can do is go talk to your karate and dance studios and then um, say, hey, we're willing to partner with you. Like, do you have a registration fee for your kiddos?
Yes.
How much is it?
50.
50. Okay. So you
Mhm.
could either say, hey, I'll give you the entire registration fee of every kiddo that you refer. Cause I do a $50. I used to do a $50 referral credit, right? So
Mhm.
like anytime you refer somebody to us, you'll get $50. Quick and easy, cash. Is that something you'd be interested in doing? And then you just have to make sure that, like you give them specific flyers that are like, contact us and mention such and such dance studio to get, um, this and for them usually you'd get them a special offer, so like they would get 50% off or something because they're using that code or whatever because you want to make
Right.
sure to track it. And so technically you're only getting $25, so you would kind of be like out another $25, but you
Mhm.
secured a tuition, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like a 9-month contract is
Way
everything,
more than
right?
25. Yeah.
Yeah, way more. And then you've got the family, which the family might stay for 2 years and they have
Right.
siblings, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when we did the math, we realized every student that we signed up was worth $1,000. That's what when
Mhm.
we took all of our years of data. And this was back in the day when we didn't charge a lot, right? Because it was like 15 years ago. But anyways, we
Right.
took all the data, $1,000 per student because of the multiple years, because of the multiple siblings, and because even though some people would like only be there for a month or they canceled before they showed up or they were there for 3 years, but the average, so that's your average lifetime value, was $1,000 per student.
Mhm.
And then you can say, psh, losing $25, yes please, I'll do
Right.
that day in day out, right? So
Right.
I would love to see the results on that. So see,
That's a good idea.
you come report back.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, what is your life like now? How is it different than, kindergarten, where that was a pretty tough time for you? What's your life like now?
It's peaceful.
Oh,
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I love teaching, so that makes me happy that I can go and I can teach, and it's
mhm.
not a lot of drama. I don't have to worry about, oh, we got to get ready for testing or teaching to the test or whatever. I just get to be with the kids, and
Yeah.
it's so much fun because they're absolutely adorable, and they're ready to learn and eager and interested, and the parents are excited about their kids because it's their first time going into school.
Yeah.
So like everything is just like right now it's just peaceful. And like I said, I get to spend time with my boys that I didn't get to do before. And
Mhm.
and it's a different dynamic when they're older.
Right.
So it's like really getting to know their lives because there's a lot of things you miss when you don't get to spend that time
Mhm.
with them.
But
So
what a blessing, Vivian, for you to have your sons working with you. I mean, who does that? Like, not many families have the ability to, number one, have a business, but number two, be able to work with their children. I'm like,
mhm.
that's so cool.
Yeah, I love it.
So, if there was anybody on the fence tonight, whether or not they should join Preschool AllStars, what would you say to them?
My mom used to always say nothing beats a failure but a trial. So right now, you're not where you want to be. You're not happy. So it can't hurt to go ahead and try it because you won't regret it. I mean, there's so much value in Preschool All Stars. So it's worth that try. It's worth the trial.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, Vivian, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to make
You're
sure
welcome.
this episode jumps on the podcast. So it'll be on there, girl. All right.
All
You have an amazing night, Vivian.
right. Thanks. You too.
Okay. We'll see you.